I know what you're thinking. Why the big horse? Big horse, it's my birthday. Okay, you got me. It was my birthday a few days ago. I just wanted an excuse to draw a big stupid horse. This video was supposed to go out last weekend, but it's taken me so long to put together that it's become this week's Friday feature. I'm going to talk to you about the reasons why I don't do public gigs anymore. So reason number one, you'd think would be dealing with drunk people. I know you just played Happy Birthday, but it's my cousin's birthday as well. Could you do it again, please? Oh, you're not going to shake my hand, are you, while you're playing guitar? Do you do any jar rule? That's actually what I quite enjoy about the job. It's different all the time, and it's loads of fun, and it's colourful. The difficulty comes from dealing with venues, managers and staff who are not helpful, unpleasant, make it a bit difficult for you, don't make you feel welcome, and a lot of the time consider you at the bottom of the pile for paying overheads and staff.
Hey, don't worry about the musicians, we'll pay everyone else first.
No chance. Reason number two, I felt my career had hit a bit of a dead end. There was a limit to how much I could have earned being as busy as I was. A few years ago, I played the most amount of gigs that I could have played. With the teaching and family and things, I couldn't do more than 200 gigs in the year. It was impossible for me to do that. And the amount of effort that I put into those gigs wasn't reflected by the money that I'd earned. So I made a conscious decision to focus on private events where the quality of gig was better. I wasn't getting in at 3 a.m. I was getting paid reasonably for the work that I was doing, fairly for the work that I was doing, and it was more fun. I enjoyed it a lot more, and I've got a social life. So it brings me on to my next point. Doing that many gigs is essential to learn the craft, get good at what you do, and to actually earn a living as a full-time performing musician. I'm lucky that I teach as well. I've got more than one income, but people that do it full-time, that's what you have to do. There are people that do a lot more than that, 250, 300 gigs a year. That does take its toll on other aspects of your life. So being out almost every night of the week means that you're working when everyone else is off. So the friends that I had before I was a full-time musician, the ones that I went through school with, I spent all my life with, they are on a different clock to me. So when I was out every Friday and Saturday working, they were out every Friday and Saturday having fun. And they were on the other side of the microphone. After a while, you stop getting asked to go places. A lot of my musician friends have gone through this. We've spoke about this quite a lot. The circle of friends that you keep will change. So another big reason why I stopped doing public gigs is to have a bit more of a life that I used to have. To nurture the relationships that I still have with my friends, my family, and not constantly be getting in at 3 a.m, up at 6 a.m, dozing around all day. I was just sick of that whole thing. And the fourth reason, agencies. I've got no problem with agencies really. I've worked for a lot of them. Some of them are great. There's a place for them. They make the venue's life easier and they make the musician's life easier. My problem comes when they are not run properly by the right people. So when there's one agency in charge of every venue locally, it's too much power for one agency to have. And a lot of the time there's just one or two people at the top who decide who's good enough to be in their little bubble of musicians and whether they are going to choose for them to earn a wage. And it shouldn't be like that. Also, if any word gets back to the agency that you were not good or being offensive, or anyone spreading rumours about you gets back to the agency, you don't work. If you fall out with any of the agency friends or the agency themselves, you don't work. That's when they're not run properly. When they are run properly, they're fine. Now my issues with agencies will be a whole new video. I can talk all day about it. But for now, that's it. So to summarise the video, I don't do public gigs anymore and I just focus on private events because it's how I've moved forward with my career. It's the next step forward for me. And I think every musician needs to think about what the next step forward is for you. Also, I don't work for horrible people and I'm not gonna feed the money hungry power monster that is an agency. Now, if you're offended by that, then you're an agency that doesn't do your job right. If you do it well, then you shouldn't be offended by that, because you're not a greedy, power-hungry, powerhouse, money-grabber monster, freak person. Now, there is one place that I do play. You can see where and when on my website. I will leave a link in the description. Every time I go there, the management are always happy to see me. The staff are wonderful. They can't be more helpful. The atmosphere there is just great. I love it there. And it reminds me why I do it in the first place. It's called the King's Arms Hotel. It's in Abergavenny. I travel over an hour to get there because I'm happy to bend over backwards for a venue that is run like that. And it reminds me why I do it in the first place. It's to put smiles on people's faces, and I love doing it. It's a wonderful atmosphere. If you wanted to see me live, that's where you got to see me. So I will see you next week with a new video.